Hi guys, today I want to share another success story with you guys. It's not my own story, it's just a random story that I read online. The name of the story is called Healing Success Story. Okay, so I was requested to make this a separate post, so here it is. From my own personal experience, when my mother was in and out of the hospital, when she could barely walk and feed herself and required 24/7 supervision, I didn't focus on her healing, which implies that I am seeing her as sick. I focused all my attention on her doing all the things she normally did when she was perfectly healthy. I didn't accept the doctor's diagnosis. In my mind, I kept hearing it over and over again, the doctor telling me that she didn't have that diagnosis and that she could discontinue the medication that was causing her difficulty walking. Independently feeding herself, declining cognitive ability, and completing her usual activities of daily living. I kept hearing only my preference, even when the doctor was telling me the opposite, and I was seeing the opposite. I imagined what would imply that she was her healthy self. The doctor had initially recommended that she should not be driving, so I imagined sitting in the passenger's seat looking at my mother sitting in the driver's seat while she drove me around in her car, which is what she would be doing if she didn't have the diagnosis. So I felt many emotions, fear, frustration, doubts, anger, despair, hopelessness during the first 4 months that she was in and out of hospitals, many doctors' offices, and physical therapy. But I am stubbornly persistent, and I kept returning back to the state that she was perfectly healthy, able to drive, able to walk by herself with improved cognitive ability, and be able to complete daily activities of living. It's not about not having any fear or negative emotions, doubts, or thoughts. It's about the frequency, the number of times you returned to the perfect state of health that you wish to see for your loved one, the wish fulfilled. Never beat yourself up, blaming or shame yourself for any emotions, doubts, thoughts that you feel. Simply witness them with no judgment, no resistance, by allowing them to be there and leave naturally, and give them no meaning whatsoever. Know that everything is leading you to the wish fulfilled, even when it looks like it isn't. You can never do anything wrong. You always have 100% faith in one direction, in your wish fulfilled, or in the opposite. Who you truly are is infinite awareness. As infinite awareness, all of the infinite possibilities, outcomes exist now. You are the power to select your preferred possibility outcome, since it already exists now, because creation is finished. Knowing that creation is finished and the perfectly healthy version of your loved ones exists now will allow for all doubts, thoughts, and negative emotions to dissolve easily, effortlessly, and naturally on their own without you doing anything. Remind yourself of who you are and keep noticing what you are aware of, and keep returning to seeing your preference no matter what emotions, thoughts, or appearances arise. My mother can now do all the things she did prior to getting sick: cook and feed herself, drive independently, walk independently. The doctors physically told me what I rehearsed, visualized, and heard in my mind, that she didn't have the diagnosis. The specialist reviewed the previous imaging from her other doctor and found that the previous doctor's diagnosis was wrong, and she could discontinue the medication. The specialist nurse practitioner on the final follow-up visit literally told her that she never needed to come back, since they are specialists and she never had the diagnosis in the first place, and she could drive again. Just remember that the technique of visualizing, imagining is not the cause. It's the feeling, knowing, awareness that your preference is already true. That's only cause. The visualization helps you to get into the feeling place, think from and feel from what's natural and normal to you and how you normally feel your loved one when they're perfectly healthy. No matter what the circumstances, appearances look like, no matter what the doctors say, the tests, scans say, everything will conform to your awareness of your preferred state. Look through the lens of your loved ones already being healthy, doing what they would normally do. You're not changing, fixing, or healing anyone. You're only becoming aware of your preferred state, viewpoint that already exists. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this story. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.